Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and I'm back with another video on flex layout, guys. So this particular video is very important if you are working with mobile application in order to create proper layout in your mobile application. So guys, Flexbox play very good role, and if you understand this Flexbox layout, then I think you are sorted on your alignments and putting your layouts properly as per your design. So guys, this video will cover all the important topics. Hope you are liking this kind of videos. So please do subscribe this channel and share with your friends. Okay, so let's move forward and see some examples to understand Flexbox layout. So let me go to the code. So guys, what you notice here, we have three boxes, so which has different color and text. So what we have done, we have one parent view and we have couple of views inside this, right? So if you don't know about this particular thing, you can watch my previous video where I have told you about built-in components. Okay, so now when I have all of these boxes, right, so I do have couple of basic styles connected to this, right? So what you notice here, container only have a color and padding. Okay, so this padding is just to avoid this notch, okay, so that you can see the box one properly. So now what you notice, we are not using any kind of flex layout. Okay, and that's when you see this color which we had given here only cover the area taken by this box 2 1 2 3. Okay, and this padding extra, right? So now but we don't want that, right? We want this parent view to contain whole area, like this white area should also be covered. So that's when we start using this flex, so which will help you to take 100% of space. Okay, so when I say 100% of space, that means it do not even leave that notch and that padding or some whatever you give here, right? So the very next important thing is flex direction, so we can start using it. So as I told you, column is the default one, but column do have one more property called column reverse. So what you notice, we have reversed our children. So now 3 is coming first and box 2 is coming on second and box 1 is coming on last. Right, similarly we have row. So if you define row, what will happen, your children's will turn to the row direction, and you can notice we have box 1 2 3, right? Similarly we have row reverse. Okay, row reverse will do the similar kind of thing what you have noticed on the column direction. So now flex direction is clear with you, right? Now you know what is flex layout. Like, you have to just give your flex 1 and you can start using other properties of flex. Now you know flex direction, how you can give the direction. Now next thing comes in is align items, right? Justify content. These two are very important and majorly used with flex layout. Okay, so let's come back. So as we have this direction and everything, let me go back to my column direction, and what I will do, I will define some width height to this, so that we can understand how align item and justify content works. Okay, so I'll just give width 100 and height 100 to each of these boxes. Okay, so I'll just, okay, I have one mistake here. Okay, so each box have this width height. Now what you notice, by default they are starting from the starting point in our mobile, right? So what we can do, as we have this flex one, okay, so then we can start using other properties. Like, so first thing we'll use is align items. Okay, so align item will help you to align these child boxes horizontally center, or horizontally start, horizontally end, basically align everything horizontally. Okay, what does that mean? So when I say we have these options, so when I say center, so it will become center horizontally, right? When I say flex start, it will go start. If I say end, it will go end, right? So these kind of features we have with this, and we have stretch, right? So basically it will stretch if you don't give this width. Okay, so if you don't give this width, it will stretch to the available width on the column, right? So now let's move forward. So now we know how we can do the align items, which is horizontally, right? So now if you have justify content, what it will do, it will actually align your children's vertically. Okay, so what does that mean? So when I say center, so whole piece of these children components under the parent will come to vertically center, right? So sometime you get the question in interview how to align a box vertically or horizontally in center. So you can use flex layout by just putting align item center, justify content center. You will be able to do that. Right now, because we have used stretch, so what we can do, we can just align item we can say center. Okay, so when we say center, what you notice, because we don't have width, so what it does now, it taken the minimum width which is defined by these text. Okay, so this text have its own width, right, because of the text we had given here. So that's what it have taken. So but now if you can uncomment this width 100, it will come back to the same position, right? So now what you notice, we have justify content, which has couple of properties. Again, we have flex start or flex end, right? Flex end vertically, it will do everything. Okay, so now you can see how our boxes are moving, right? Okay, what options we have, what more we have space around. So space around will basically will take the space between these boxes. Okay, then we have space between, space around, space evenly. Okay, so it depends what is your requirement and what kind of property you want to use. But now you know justify content for vertical alignment and align item is for horizontal elements, right? So these two are clear. So now the next thing is gap between boxes. So it has a couple of things. So now you see we have a couple of gaps. Okay, so let me do one thing. I'll just quickly put it center. Okay, so all have some default space between these, but yeah, let's say you don't have this particular space, right, and you wanted to maintain this space between boxes. Okay, so there is a and one very important thing, guys, these properties, right, will work on the parent. Okay, for children also we have individual properties, I'll tell you that. So here let's say we wanted to have specific gap between these boxes. So in order to have this gap, so we have this particular property called gap. Okay, and we can define some gap between these particular boxes. So let's say it is 40, but what you notice, I think it's not working. Okay, why it's not working is because I have previously defined some gaps. So let me remove for now and show you. Okay, so now gap is 60, we can gap increase to 100, right? We have this gap between the boxes. So this gap always will be between the boxes. Okay, if we have horizontal or vertical boxes, let's say we have a 6 box which is grid way aligned, so you can have this gap between them. Okay, so this is one way to have gap. But now if you wanted to have gap which is like row wise or column wise, so you can do that. So if I can just control Z, yeah, if I go back and see, so we have two more properties which directly you can give as a prop to your view, which is row gap and column gap. So right now it is 20, let's say 60. So you can notice we have gap between these particular. If you have a column gap, then you can add the column gap numbers whatever you want. So it's a prop. So these are the three options which you can use to have gaps between your boxes. Okay, so now what next? We have self alignment, which is very important, guys, between this flex kind of layout. And why I say is important, because common alignment is okay, but sometimes you need self alignment. Let's say this box one want different alignment. So what we can do, so we have something called self alignment. Okay, yeah, so we have align self, right? This has properties called flex start. So if I say flex start or flex end, sorry, okay, if I say flex start, so that particular box will only move to this start, and if I say flex end, it will go to the end, right? So this is the beauty which you can actually utilize, right, while developing your layout. There might be a chance you are using your flex layout and you want individual box to move, right? So similarly we can have center. Okay, I wanted to show you what all are there. We can have stretch. So stretch, I told you it works if you just uncomment this part. right? So it can be your header or the footer, right? So similarly, so now you know you can align self, right? Now one more thing, like this particular view also have text. So what you can do, you can say justify content center, okay, and align item center, okay. So now you can see we have this text vertically horizontally aligned. So this is up to you how your requirement on your application, but yeah, this is the bare minimum thing you should know on flex layout. But yeah, with practice you will actually master all of these, right? So I think guys this video covered most of it on the flex layout, and I believe this will help us to drive further on our series, because this is the bare minimum thing you should know on styling, right? And most of other things looks same like CSS, right? So if you even don't know CSS, I have videos on CSS, you can go back and watch those. So guys, this is the bare minimum thing you should know on flex layout, and I believe you should do little more practice. So just start defining little more boxes on your mobile, and then start aligning them, right, based on some requirement, or just see some reference photos, and you can just start designing a bit of it. So design is very important, guys. I know the functionality also very important, but design of your application is also very important. So you should just master the basic concept of this flex layout, which I have told today, and start doing some practice. So practice will make you master, definitely. So we'll end this video here, and see you in next video, guys. Till then, keep coding, keep shining, and share this video with your friends.